In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. Today, we celebrate the feast of the great saint Saint Abraam, the Bishop of Fayoum. And I want to highlight 3 lessons from his life which help us in facing what challenges which we face in our daily life. The first one is the importance of the family. Usually when we speak about a saint, we focus on his life or her life, but there's behind every saint a great family, especially in the case of Abraam. That is, he was born to a Christian family, and his parents, we don't know their names, but we know that what we know that is they took care of him to teach him the Christian faith and to grow up as a good Christian, and also helped by the church in the village where he was. Of course, at that time there was no the system of the Sunday school as we have today, but the teaching in the church depend on the primitive school, يسموها الكتاب القرية. And in this place, that is المعلم, to bring the children and teach them Coptic language, the hymns, and also the principles of the Christian faith. And this family, the strong family, the strong Christian family, which has a great source of keeping the faith. And because the church depends on the families, because the church is the families. The family is strong, then the church will be strong. And we want to highlight this point, because one of the great challenges that we're facing in this society is the challenge to the family. The family to be broken, to be weak, not strong in their faith, and then what you expect. And usually the fight or the debate between who is responsible, the church or the family. The family blames the church, and the church blames the family. But actually, from the model of Saint Abraham, is have to work together. The church cannot do anything without the family, and also the family in need of the support of the church. When both of them working together, that is, we can bring a strong generation who will be able to face the challenges which we see in the society, and how these things are growing and becoming more and more challenging by time. And people to be worried about what is the future of our children, what is the future of our church, and so on. But we have to do our responsibility, and we have to work together to bring strong families, to support the family to take care of their children, and also the church to support the family. The second lesson is the comprehensive approach. Usually, when the name of Abraam, the Bishop of Fayoum, comes, we always remember him as the father of the poor or the needy. We remember his love to serve the needy people. And when you have a church, you have a certain service under the name of Abraam. Usually, this service is a service to take care of the poor and the needy. But this is one aspect of the life of Abraham. He also took care of all the other aspects. And if we take the 2 examples, when he was appointed the abbot of El Maharak monastery, yes, he opened the monastery to serve the poor, but on the other side, that is, he took care of the monastery, the monks, their spiritual life, their upbringing. Many young people came to the monastery during his time, even it was a short time being the abbot there. And also he took care of the buildings to build, and also the land of the monastery. Because as you know, in Maharak they have many agricultural land. And there is a famous garden in Maharak called Abraam Garden. That is the place when he took care of is in cultivating, so they still call it Abraam Garden. And the complaint of the monks against him was not because he neglected the monastery, because he didn't, but because they thought that is the monastery should only focus on the monks and the building and the monastery itself, not to care for the others. Especially, also we see in the life of Abraam, he loved the life of prayer, solitude, to be away from the people. But at the same time, he loved to help the people. Some people find maybe they contradict each other. To be focusing on the life of prayer and worship and solitude is different than the life to serve the people. But actually, there is no contradiction. Because as the person grows near to God in prayer and solitude, his heart to grow and to open for the others and for the needs of the others. And we have the example of Ambabola, the first hermit, which he spent tens of years away from the people. Nobody knew about him until Amba Anthony, by God's divine guidance, he met him in the last time of his year. When Amba Anthony met Ambabola, Ambabola asked him about the Nile, about the condition of the people, and about their life. Why a hermit living for tens of the year to care about the Nile and the coming of the water of the Nile? Because when we become nearer to God, then we become close to each other. And this is different between a person who is not social or self-centered. The monastic life and the life to be hermit or to be in solitude is not to bring people to be not social or to be self-centered. It is to bring them to be the opposite, to be sensitive to the needs of the others. The same also when he became a bishop. He, in his bishopric, extended for 33 years. It was a large diocese. Now it is more than one diocese. But he took care of this diocese. That's why during his time, he ordained 44 priests. He built 11 new churches. And he took care of the rich people and the poor. Yes, he's famous for his caring for the poor people, for opening his residence to them, to respect them and to sit with them. But also, he used to every evening to come to the church to pray the Vesper and give a Bible study and also to answer the question of the people. He used to send letters or instruction to his priests and to his people. He stood against the missionaries who came and he defended the Orthodox faith. So when we look to the life of Saint Abraham, we know there is a balance to cover every thing. Yes, he was an outstanding in serving the poor, which answers a question which sometimes we face here. People say, do we serve the poor or we build the churches? To ordain priests or send money to the poor in Egypt or whatever the place. And the question is, as the Lord said, to do this and not to leave that. Do both. Do both. Because if there is no churches, no service here, why is the people to care for the poor outside? And the opposite. If we only care for ourselves, what's the meaning of being one church? So the Abraam is giving us this a model, the model of the balanced life, comprehensive approach in the life. The third point is the difficulties which Abraam faced. Usually we presented the success, now a great saint, recognized by the Holy Synod, churches named in his name, and people named in his name, and so on. But his life was not easy life. Because to do the work of God, to do good, is not accepted by everyone. If you start to work with God, the devil will start to work against you. So don't expect that the way of the Lord is easy way. And he spoke about it, the narrow, the difficult road, the narrow gate. And this is a part of it. Because as there are good, there is evil. There is good people, there is evil people. There is people who like good things, there are people who are against any good things. And also people have different opinions. And Abraam, he was dismissed for responsibility of the monastery. And that was a decision which led him to leave the monastery. The same also in his life as a bishop. Yes, he cared for the poor, but some people want to take advantage of this to deceive him, as we find in the life of his life. The point here is, if we start to work, don't expect that is everything to be easy. And don't doubt the way which you do when you face difficulties. And sometimes people, when they start to do good things and then find resistance, they start to doubt, to be hesitant. Why I do this? Maybe I'm wrong. No. If you are sure that's what you are doing is in the line of the commandment of God, and you are doing the work of God, don't be discouraged when you face difficulties, because all the men of God, they face the same things, and Abraham is not exception. فنحن بنحتفل النهارده بعيد هذا القديس العظيم، ودايما احتفالاتنا بالقديسين عشان نتعلم منهم، وتكون السيرة بتاعتهم سيرة تنير لنا الطريق. وزي ما السيد المسيح يعني اتكلم النهارده عن الفرح، وانه الانسان ممكن يواجه ضيقات في حياته، زي ما قال في العالم سيكون لكم ضيق ولكن ثقوا انا قد غلبت العالم. عشان كده قصص القديسين بتدينا تشجيع في حياتنا، لانه المسيح هو النور وهما بيعكسوا لنا نور المسيح. فاحنا بنجد في كل قديس بنجد فيه يعكس جزء من خلال تعامله وخلال اقترابه من الله. بركة القديس العظيم الأنبا أبرام تكون معانا، وتعطينا دائما القلوب المحبة لخدمة إخواتنا المحتاجين، خاصة يعني في الظروف الصعبة اللي بيواجهها العالم اليوم في كل الأماكن. وإحنا يعني بالمناسبة دي بنذكر بالذات إخواتنا في السودان فيما يواجهونه من صعوبات، ونحب ان احنا كلنا ان احنا نصلي لاجلهم، لاجل هذه الازمه اللي بتمر بها السودان حاليا وبتمر بها كنيستنا في السودان، انها تمر على خير وربنا يحفظ اولاده. وايضا نحن نمد يد العون لكي ما نتعاون مع اخواتنا هناك، سواء الذين اخترقوا والاصعب منهم الذين غير قادرين على، او الذين متبقين في السودان حاليا. طبعا اكيد ان انتم بتتابعوا الاخبار، لكن احنا نثق ان مهما كانت الضيقه لكن الله يعمل، والله ينقذ اولاده، وابواب الجحيم لن تقوى عليها، ولإلهنا المجد الدائم الى الابد. امين.